Today I'm going to show you how to install a set of heated wiper blades from Everblades in a 2017 F250 using the upfitter switches in the truck. These are Everblades. I thought I would make a video to show how to install these. There's my dog. She says hi. I got a little excited and started digging into this before I really before I gave this any thought, but I'm gonna wire this into my truck's upfitter switches, and as a result I had to cut some wires. But the way this comes, you get a fusible link or inline fuse on your power wire. Your out to the accessory, out to the blades, is this wire. And then you've got two individual ground wires that need to go in the truck. So, like I said, for my purposes, I am not going to use this switch. I'm going to use the upfitter switch in my truck. But if you want to use this switch, you can just install it per the manufacturer's instructions. But what I'm going to show is how I upfit this into my Ford F250. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to solder the inline fuse into the power wire. The reason I'm going to do that is my upfitter switch is a 25 amp upfitter switch, but this is a 15 amp circuit. Turn it the right way. So it's a 15 amp circuit. So I don't want to have the chance of having those extra 10 amps cause problems. So what I'm going to do is solder this up and basically just add that safety feature into it. So here's my solution for adding the fuse to the power wiring. Okay, so we're going to try and wire this into the upfit switch of the 2017 Ford F250. So what I want to do is go to auxiliary switch 1. In this particular truck, it's this wire. So you got your mess of upfit switch wiring right there, all that colorful wiring. So what I'm going to do is run my fused and soldered power wire to this and solder that in as well, and then ground it using the two ground wires. Well, we'll get to that here in a little bit later step. Okay, so we got this soldered in to the 25 amp auxiliary 1 switch. So next step is we've got to find a home for our grounding leads. And I have, since it's windshield wipers, we have a ground right there. And a ground right there. So those are the two I'm going to tap into. Alright, so I'm going to test this before I hook them all up, because you may have figured this out already, but I'm not an expert wiring guy. So, I figure if I set the truck on fire, I'll do it in a spot where it's easy to put the fire out. So, what we're going to do is we're going to attach the power wire coming from the assembly, this whole mess of wires here, coming from the truck, going to the upfitter switch. We are going to connect the power lead one of them to one side of the wiper. And then we're going to take the ground wire and attach it to the other side. So when it's together, that's what you have. Okay, so moment of truth. We're gonna turn on the switch on the inside and hopefully we don't burn the truck down. So it took what, a minute, and it's already hot, like you can't pick it up hot. So I'd say that's working. So the next step is we just install the windshield wipers just like you would any regular windshield wiper. In this particular one, you just push it up. Push it up until it clicks. So now that we got both blades installed, we need to run the wires to the blades. So you've got two power wires. Two power wires, and then one ground on each side. So all you simply do, like I showed before, connect the two. It's hard to do it with one hand, but I'm gonna try. Just push it together. Push it together until it clicks. So you do one power on one side and one ground on each side. Then you've got it wired up. Well, and then the last step is zip tying everything together so your wires kind of stay out of the way. So you just basically you want to you don't want these wires to be tight. You want them to be pretty loose because remember the windshield wiper is going to move. So you got to have a lot of slack so the wires move with it. So just keep that in mind when you're zip tying it up. Okay, so I have everything wired up. I have everything zip tied down. You just need to cut the extensions off. But you can see I've kind of got my wires run. I hid the one wire underneath the weather strip to go to the other side. But I'm going to leave them here for now to make sure everything works, and then mount it permanently once I'm comfortable with it. But both sides work. They're hot, like hot to the touch, and I'm kind of excited to use them. Hope you find this video somewhat helpful. If you did, consider subscribing and like the video. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.